At the first bang of the artillery shell, the soldiers scattered. Some sprinted inside a dilapidated tractor repair depot nearby. Mikhail, a 25-year-old Ukrainian soldier, crouched beside a wall. He paused for a moment, waiting for the thud of another shell to subside before he raced to a bunker, leaped down the stairs and slammed a heavy metal door shut behind him. "It happened again," he said, wrenching off his helmet and panting with an adrenaline-fueled mix of fear and exertion. Sitting at a desk with a phone to his ear was 20-year-old Sasha, a baby-faced soldier who flinched at the sound of the rounds smacking into the ground. It was the second fusillade of the day, fired with the waning sun just before 4 p.m. by Russian-backed separatists, an enemy unseen but close enough to have upended life in this small industrial village a few hundred yards from the line that divides eastern Ukraine's disputed Donbas region. For years, this is what observers have called a frozen war, a grinding stalemate punctuated by exchanges of fire and an occasional casualty adding to the death toll of 14,000, with tens of thousands more wounded, since the conflict began in 2014. The events of the last few days have radically changed that long-sustained calculus. With more than 150 Russian troops and an arsenal of advanced warplanes, tanks, anti-missile platforms and battleships arrayed in the noose around Ukraine's borders, President Biden is convinced that Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided to invade and is only awaiting an excuse to strike. The fear is that he will invent a reason, or provoke one, in Novoluhansk, its bigger sister town Svitlodarsk, or another spot along the 279-mile front in the east, turning what has become a wearisome of barrage and counter-barrage into a hair-trigger exercise, primed to spark an all-out R. Lately, there has been no shortage of attacks, said Brigadier General Mikhail Drapatiy, Ukrainian deputy commander of the Joint Force Operation. He estimated Saturday that what until 3 days earlier had been about 5 or 6 shellings a day had surged to more than 60 daily. One in the early morning Saturday killed a Ukrainian captain, he said. Every position of our military unit was struck in the last 24 hours, Drapatiy said. He walked to the lot outside the depot and stopped at a crater gouged out of asphalt by a shell that had hit before noon Saturday. That attack, he said, had injured a soldier. His hand would probably have to be amputated. Standing a few miles back before a shrapnel-riddled house on the eastern edge of Svitlodarsk was Colonel Oleksandr Zenevich, the burly commander of the Ukrainian Army's 30th Battalion.